Okay. All right, guys. This is vr.vex.com. Follow the mouse up here. You can see it up here. vr.vex.com. Okay. The whole concept here is that we are doing Vex coding, robotic coding, without having a robot in front of us. How do you learn how to code? How do you do any of this without having the robot? That's our situation. Well, this is what we're going to do. Now I'm going to show you what the robot looks like. So here's the robot. 4 wheels, pivots really well. This is a really good design. It's got some neat brains and features on it. It's got some sensors. It knows where it is. Even it has a pin. This thing in the middle is a pin. There's a bunch of different activities. We're going to be doing some of these, maybe inventing some of our own. We'll see what we can do here. You're welcome to look at any of this. If you want to look at this page, it's education.vex.com. Yay! Okay, back to vr.vex.com. Really, really simple stuff, but unfortunately, the simple stuff often is the hardest stuff to figure out. You look at this, what am I supposed to do? I started watching the tutorial videos. If you want to watch the tutorial videos, they're right here. You can just click on tutorial, getting started, and all of this stuff. If you want to watch that, feel free. I tried to watch some of that for you. So here we go. This is kind of what I want you to do. So we're going to do the distance drive challenge. There are 3 levels in this challenge. Level 1 is program the VR robot to drive forward 3 grid squares. Okay? I need my robot to go forward 3 grid squares. But before we do any of that, what are grid squares? Okay, we have to get some context, and I didn't have this. So what you need to do is come up here in the dark blue and click on Playground. Now, when I first loaded this on my laptop, it took a long time. After I loaded it the first time, it seems to be loading much faster. You have grid map, art canvas, disk maze, wall maze, number grid maps. So there's lots of stuff you could do here. We're going to stick with grid map. You could move this around. I could have it right here. Ooh. And I could look straight up and down. This is my preference right here. You can hide this and just kind of leave it over here in the corner. I could expand it and make it bigger. I mean, it's there. This is just a utility that we have. And that's my screen going funny and weird. All right, you go over here. Okay, so I'm going to hide this for a second. That is our grid map. Once again, I need to go forward 1, 2, 3 grid squares. How do I figure out how to do this? Well, this is where my code starts. The blue is drivetrain, so forward, back, left, right, speed, and all that. Well, the first thing I want to do is I want to go fast. Why go 3 grid squares when I can go slow? No. We want to go fast. So I'm going to set drive velocity to 50%. So I'm going to click this and drop it. Okay, now it's here. I also want it to go forward. Okay, here, drive forward or drive forward for a certain distance. Forward for a certain distance is really helpful because we can be really very precise. Okay, so first off, I want to set the velocity here. So if I click, yeah, you like the click? Okay, but I don't want it to be 50%, so I'm going to click in here. It highlights it. I want it to be 100%. Way more exciting to go really fast. So when it started, when the program starts, the first thing it's going to do is set my speed velocity to 100%. Now I'm going to drag and drop this one. Wait for the click for 200 millimeters. Now, thankfully, we have a helpful hint that each square in the grid map is 200 by 200 millimeters. So if we're starting center on a square and we drive forward for 200 millimeters, we will go 1 square, but we need to go 3 squares. So what I could do is I could just drag more of these. 3 grid squares, okay? Well, let's test this and see if it works. So I'm going to show my playground. And then, well, how do I get this to run? You come up here in the corner, so see my mouse up here. It gets big when I shake it, okay? And click the start button and we watch our little robot go forward. Yay, 3 grid squares. Okay. If I hit stop and I start it again, notice what happens. Wherever the robot was, it continues to go. Now, if you don't want that, let me hit stop here. I can come down and hit the reset button. It brings me back to this view, and I could just hit play again, and you can see how it looks from this view. Or I could reset it and then go to my favorite angle here, bird's eye. This is a little clunky though. You don't want your code to say the same thing over and over again. So I'm going to get rid of some of this. I'm going to take all of this here and then throw it away. And it's gone. But wait, you say, that's only 1 grid square. Yes, but if we change it for the 50 to 100, I think we can change it here too. 2, 4, 6. 600 millimeters should give us what we want. And if I hit start, went forward 3 grid squares. So I'll hit stop here, program. This is how it works. Okay, so I want you guys to do distance drive challenge. I'm going to upload all of this so you can see it all. And when you're done, just send me an email saying you're done and that you've played with it for a little bit. Nice, easy grade. We'll look at ways to save our work and do other stuff later. For now, play with it for a little bit, have some fun with it, and I'll start sending you some challenges and we'll start learning to code this way. All right, have fun.